233. Object detection function. The system detects objects based on their size, profile, motion, etc. However, an object may not be detected depending on the surrounding brightness and the motion, posture, and angle of the detected object, preventing the system from operating properly. The illustration shows an image of detectable objects. Cancellation of the pre-collision braking. If either of the following occur while the pre-collision braking function is operating, it will be cancelled. The accelerator pedal is depressed strongly. The steering wheel is turned sharply or abruptly. Conditions under which the system may operate even if there is no possibility of a collision. In some situations such as the following, the system may determine that there is a possibility of a frontal collision and operate. When passing a detectable object, etc. When changing lanes while overtaking a detectable object, etc. When approaching a detectable object in an adjacent lane or on the roadside, such as when changing the course of travel or driving on a wind-ing road. When rapidly closing on a detectable object, etc. When approaching objects on the roadside, such as detectable objects, guardrails, utility poles, trees, or walls. When there is a detectable object or other object by the roadside at the entrance of a curve. 234 5-5. Using the driving support systems. When there are patterns or paint in front of your vehicle that may be mistaken for a detectable object. When the front of your vehicle is hit by water, snow, dust, etc. When overtaking a detectable object that is changing lanes or making a right/left turn. When passing a detectable object in an oncoming lane that is stopped to make a right/left turn. When a detectable object approaches very close and then stops before entering the path of your vehicle. If the front of your vehicle is raised or lowered, such as when on an uneven or undulating road surface. When driving on a road surrounded by a structure, such as in a tunnel or on an iron bridge. When there is a metal object, manhole cover, steel plate, etc., steps, or a protrusion in front of your vehicle. When passing under an object, road sign, billboard, etc. When approaching an electric toll gate barrier, parking area barrier, or other barrier that opens and closes. When using an automatic car wash. 5-5, using the driving support systems. 235. When driving through or under objects that may contact your vehicle, such as thick grass, tree branches, or a banner. When driving through steam or smoke. When driving near an object that reflects radio waves, such as a large truck or guardrail. When driving near a TV tower, broadcasting station, electric power plant, or other location where strong radio waves or electrical noise may be present. Situations in which the system may not operate properly. In some situations such as the following, an object may not be detected by the radar sensor and front camera, preventing the system from operating properly. When a detectable object is approaching your vehicle. When your vehicle or a detectable object is wobbling. If a detectable object makes an abrupt maneuver such as sudden swerve ing, acceleration or deceleration. When your vehicle approaches a detectable object rapidly. When a detectable object is not directly in front of your vehicle. When a detectable object is near a wall, fence, guardrail, manhole cover, vehicle, steel plate on the road, etc. When a detectable object is under a structure. When part of a detectable object is hidden by an object, such as large baggage, an umbrella, or guardrail. When multiple detectable objects are close together. If the sun or other light is shining directly on a detectable object. When a detectable object is a shade of white and looks extremely bright. 236, 5-5. Using the driving support systems. When a detectable object appears to be nearly the same color or brightness as its surroundings. If a detectable object cuts or suddenly emerges in front of your vehicle. When the front of your vehicle is hit by water, snow, dust, etc. When a very bright light ahead, such as the sun or the headlights of oncoming traffic, shines directly into the front camera. When approaching the side or front of a vehicle ahead. If a vehicle ahead is a motorcycle. If a vehicle ahead is narrow, such as a personal mobility vehicle. If a preceding vehicle has a small rear end, such as an unloaded truck. If a preceding vehicle has a low rear end, such as a low bed trailer. If a vehicle ahead has extremely high ground clearance. If a vehicle ahead is carrying a load which protrudes past its rear bumper. If a vehicle ahead is irregularly shaped, such as a tractor or sidecar. If a vehicle ahead is a child-sized bicycle, a bicycle that is carrying a large load, a bicycle ridden by more than one person, or a uniquely shaped bicycle with a child seat, tandem bicycle, etc. If a pedestrian or the riding height of a bicyclist ahead is shorter than approximately 3.2 feet m, or taller than approximately 6.5 feet m. If a pedestrian/bicyclist is wearing oversized clothing, a raincoat, long skirt, etc., making their silhouette obscure. If a pedestrian is bending forward or squatting, or bicyclist is bending forward. If a pedestrian/bicyclist is moving fast. If a pedestrian is pushing a stroller, wheelchair, bicycle, or other vehicle. When driving in inclement weather such as heavy rain, fog, snow, or a sandstorm. 5 to 5, using the driving support systems 237. When driving through steam or smoke. When the surrounding area is dim, such as at dawn or dusk, or while at night or in a tunnel, making a detectable object appear to be nearly the same color as its surroundings. When driving in a place where the surrounding brightness changes suddenly, such as at the entrance or exit of a tunnel. After the fuel cell system has started, the vehicle has not been driven for a certain amount of time. While making a left/right turn, and for a few seconds after making a left/right turn. While driving on a curve, and for a few seconds after driving on a curve. If your vehicle is skidding. If the front of the vehicle is raised or lowered. If the wheels are misaligned. If a wiper blade is blocking the front camera. The vehicle is being driven at extremely high speeds. When driving on a hill. If the radar sensor or front camera is misaligned. In some situations, such as the following, sufficient braking force may not be obtained, preventing the system from performing properly. If the braking functions cannot operate to their full extent, such as when the brake parts are extremely cold, extremely hot, or wet. If the vehicle is not properly maintained, brakes or tires are excessively worn, improper tire inflation pressure, etc. When the vehicle is being driven on a gravel road or other slippery surface. If Vsc is disabled. If Vsc is disabled too, the pre-collision brake assist and pre-collision braking functions are also disabled. The PCS warning light will turn on and Vsc turned off. Pre-collision brake system unavailable will be displayed on the multi-information display. 238, 5 to 5. Using the driving support systems. When driving on highways and freeways with white-yellow lane lines, this function alerts the driver when the vehicle might depart from its lane or course and provides assistance by operating the steering wheel to keep the vehicle in its lane or course. The Lda system recognizes white-yellow lane lines or a course using the front camera. Addition Ally, it detects preceding vehicles using the front camera and radar. Boundary between asphalt and the side of the road, such as grass, soil, or a curb. Warning. Before using Lda system. Do not rely solely upon the Lda system. The Lda system does not automatically drive the vehicle or reduce the amount of attention that must be paid to the area in front of the vehicle. The driver must always assume full responsibility for driving safely by paying careful attention to the surrounding conditions and operating the steering wheel to correct the path of the vehicle. Also, the driver must take adequate breaks when fatigued, such as from driving for a long period of time. Failure to perform appropriate driving operations and pay careful attention may lead to an accident, resulting in death or serious injury. When not using the Lda system, use the Lda switch to turn the system off. Situations unsuitable for Lda system. In the following situations, use the Lda switch to turn the system off.